the details and the years that it took to me to find where the ark is a long explanation. I don't know how long we have. Yeah, I'm sure. I can tell you the end. I made a few decisions. One, the ark is still there where the first temple was built. And Solomon says the ark will not move from here. So how comes that the Babylonian didn't find it? Because he used the system with machinery. As a matter of fact, we learned that Solomon, the first political activity that he made, it was to go to talk to the king of Egypt. What's so special on the king of Egypt? Very special. They have exactly the same problem of Solomon. They have to hide the mummy of the dead king in a way that you don't even see where is the gate to get in. So I said, okay, fine, and I have to accelerate, but remember that I have a sight. In the sight you can see the machine moving. Because I found the machine.
What?
Yes. There are two pillars, crazy pillars, in front of the temple. They are empty. They are like big boxes like this. They have a name. Who heard at that time that you name a piece of... they don't hold anything. What are they doing there? So I said, this is the wisdom of Solomon.
How did you know that there were two pillars of the temple that weren't holding
Everybody
anything?
knows. It is in the description, in the biblical description, several times. It is so there are
Yachin and Boaz.
And Boaz, fantastic. There are 18 cubits high, and on top there is a capital of 5 cubits. Don't forget these numbers.
18 and 5.
So what did Solomon learn from the Egyptian? They used what I call dry hydraulic. This is the entrance, okay? Now everybody, you can see an entrance, they go in. You write, do not enter, ha ha ha. So they would take 30,000 slaves and make a huge hill of sand in front of this. Then they would bring big rocks or rock, even one, and put it on top. And then the same slaves would dig the sand back, and that enormous rock would come down and close. And when me and you would look for the entrance, we would see, but this is the rock. It's a natural there. I cannot get in. The proof is that when the Babylonians came, they found the gold and things like this, but they were impressed by the quantity of bronze these empty pillars. And they said, but they didn't have a semi-trailer at that time to take them to Baghdad or to Babylon, you know. So they measured them. Why did they measure them? You saw that they're big, no? But they give a message to us today. Because the height, they say, that they had to break them in order to bring them to Babylon. Because the height of each pillar was 18 cubits. And on top there was a capital.
5 cubits.
Wrong. In the Bible it says of 3 cubits.
But didn't you tell us 5 before?
Yes, I said. And the Bible said that 5 before. But it is the proof that this capital of 5 got inside the pillar. When the sand with little holes like this came out from, you know, with 2 qubits, which is approximately this, and I have an engineer that made the model. You can really make movement with a pulley. And then there is another confirmation from...
the Tanakh talks about 18 cubits and 5 cubits, and then the Tanakh says that when the Babylonians came, they measured...
It is again, at the time, it is in the Tanakh also.
Okay.
At the time of the destruction,
cubits is in the
they
Tanakh.
say that they were impressed, they wanted to bring it up, but they had to break it because they measured what they could see. 18 and 3 and 2, 3, because 2 has disappeared inside.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody noticed this. And they said, haha, I understand that. But then, you know, our King Solomon was a double talker. Can you imagine when he said, bring me a sword, we are going to cut? He meant that? No. But people believed it. So when he is giving the big speech for the inauguration of the temple, he says that the ark will stay there forever, and then he does like this. What am I saying that I built the house to God? The sky is not enough to contain him.
Yes.
And the sky, the heaven of heavens. Because there is a theory, which is not only for us, it's familiar from India, that there are concentric. Now, in Hebrew, he continues, and he says, he uses 2 words, suspicious. One that was never used before. He says, Bano, baniti bet zvul. I indeed built a house, zvul. And then he says, later on, and let's stop like this. One of those heaven in Hebrew is called zvul. And it is almost at the center of this. And inside there is another one, the central one, where, according to our tradition, is the foundation stone. The stone from which God freed tremendous energy that made billions of stars, you know. It is there in Jerusalem, and it is called Arafel. So he says, I built for you a house, Zvul, and God will say in the Arafel, translation in the fog, in the mist. You know, all these 4 years that I'm in Jerusalem, I've never seen a fog on that place. So he's making fun of us. He's giving us a hint that only today, in this incredible, miraculous generation, there are people, I'm sure I'm not the only one, that start saying and asking themselves. So my interpretation is this, he says, the house is in this level, the temple. Mm-hmm. And inside this, close to the center of all this heaven, there is another one called Arafel, the fog. And he reveals to us what he has done. But he has done even more than this. Because still, it's a chance. I don't consider myself a genius. I consider myself, and I have the approval of my wife, pedantic. You know, chin, 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 until I get inside. He left to us a treasure map